Hello,
Gotta count.
everybody. Welcome to
Okay.
Rams Over Baghdad. Sean, speaking as I'm doing my intro. How
Wow.
dare you? Welcome to
You
Rams
didn't
Over
say what you were countdowning to. It could have been like, I don't know, a birthday.
Yeah, I was about to say sync.
Birthday! I got you a birthday cake. Happy birthday! Hi, everybody. This is what?
Is it ice cream? Is it ice cream cake?
Oh my god, you
Gross.
like ice cream cake?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When I had it like 20 years ago, last time I had
That's fair.
cake.
You know what's good?
Last time you had cake? I guess you would.
Probably 10, 15. What are you trying to say? I can't have cake?
No, I don't
Go
know.
ahead, Mary.
Ice cream and cake are good, but separate. Like, there's no need to put the ice cream inside the cake. I feel like it ruins it.
I mean,
Like, let's keep
honestly,
the integrity of, let's make the maximum quality cake and then the maximum quality ice cream. And even if you have that,
Uh-huh.
as soon as you put them together, like in the same thing, it tastes like garbage.
go ahead, talk in.
Counterpoint. They said the same thing about chocolate and peanut butter. And then
And then Reese's came out, and now
so
look where we're at.
and the world fucking changed, Mary.
I guess we need like some kind of corporate mastermind to make the perfect ice cream cake. And let me tell you, Dairy Queen does not do it.
Fair enough. Okay.
Got him.
What
But
is your preferred ice cream cake?
I
There.
don't.
Ice
I like
cream
the
cake?
no, yeah, ice cream cake.
Is there flavors of ice cream cake? Is there like a red velvet ice cream
I'm
cake?
sure you
'Cause
can
I
get
might
like
be in on
cookies
that.
and cream. Red velvet is the most basic bitch cake flavor, I gotta say.
I didn't need to get blasted like that on
I'm
here.
sorry.
I mean, this is the start of a podcast. You gotta let me at least, you know.
It's just chocolate with red food coloring. It's dumb as hell.
I want carrot
Sorry.
cake, ice cream cake. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
What kind
That's
of
all I'm
ice
Not
cream?
a bad idea. Carrot ice cream.
Carrot ice cream.
Carrot ice
That
cream.
I bet that would actually be pretty good. I like
It
carrot
is.
juice. Yeah.
My local
You've
ice cream
made it?
shop has carrot ice cream, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's very good.
Why is your seat so fucking weird with desserts?
like-
Carrot ice cream Welsh cookies.
You're living. Good clean living. Yeah. The Caboose, if you would like to know, is my local, and they have a carrot ice cream. It's very good.
Does it have chunks of carrots or like shredded carrot?
Yeah, shredded carrots, not chunks.
Okay.
That'd be weird.
Okay, yeah, chunks.
That'd be like chunks of uncooked carrot.
Or even like chunks of cooked carrot would not be
No,
pleasant
no.
either.
It gets mushy in a way that you don't want. I can't even imagine storing something like that. But yeah, very good. Very
Well,
good.
now I want to try it.
You should. It's made by Hershey's.
What?
What?
Yeah, Hershey's makes a bunch of weird. Well, Hershey's, Pennsylvania is down
Apparently.
a little bit to the south, and they put out weird ice cream flavors from time to time, and kind of do stuff like that. So it's good. I like
You better make this podcast image some fucking carrot ice cream because I want to
I-
see what it looks like.
Oh, it will. Somebody write that down in our Discord channel to
Okay.
remind me to put the image for this podcast being carrot ice cream. Delicious.
Okay.
You did mention though that you wanted ice cream cake was like ice cream inside of a cake, which actually kind of sounds better than ice cream cake. Like, what if you like opened up a cake, took the middle
Isn't
out,
that
and
whenever
like,
I've
put ice
had
cream in?
that's what it is, right? Where there's cake too.
No,
If I
usually
had
my
crazy
ice cream
ass-
cake is like a solid block of ice cream, right? I mean, they have some like bits and stuff in there, like little chewy nuggets or something like that inside of the ice cream cake. But every ice cream cake I've ever had is always like, I don't know,
Only ice cream?
ice cream, really. It's ice cream.
I'm looking
formed
at a
into a
cross
cake.
section. No, it's ice cream on top of cake or
Really?
like cake
I
in the
remember that.
middle. Yeah.
That's not what I ever had. That sounds better than what I had. Maybe I need to try ice cream cake again. I don't know. Oh boy. What's so funny, Pop? What's so funny?
I like you saying, oh, it's Hershey's. Now I'm on the fucking Hershey's ice cream Facebook page, and on the page it says products of Hershey's Creamery Co. not affiliated with Hershey's chocolate. So fuck off, Al.
What?
Oh, they're different companies.
Now that's actually news to me. I mean, that's like I learned today that Duncan Hines, the cake box, is named after an actual person called Duncan Hines. That's something I learned today. There you
Well,
go,
that sounds like a regular person name.
Duncan Hines. See, he was a food critic who sold his name to the cake box people. Now nobody remembers him as a food critic. They just remember the
No.
cake boxes. It's tough. It's tough. You got to watch out for that.
Oh my god, they have a video all for carrot ice cream.
Hell yeah, they do.
Sorry, I linked the mobile page, but that's more funny. And now I'm going to sell Hershey's ice cream. You want to get in on that?
You want to get in on this? Open up a little stop. You want to start selling a little ice cream on the side? Is that what you want to do? We can work the website like this. I can put a store page up there. We can start selling a little Hershey.
This isn't carrot ice cream. This is carrot cake ice cream. That's totally different.
Okay, well.
Also, yeah, it's carrot cake ice cream.
Okay. Listen.
That is not the same.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I thought it was just carrot ice cream. It only tastes like carrot ice cream to me. I mean, at a certain level, it's carrot ice cream.
No, like
'Cause,
carrot
like-
cake has like spices
I guess.
and I don't know.
I'm looking at the greens right now, and it doesn't include carrots. So
What the
Fuck.
fuck?
fuck you, Abby.
Wow. You're
Did
just
not
eating
include
lies.
carrots. Lies. It even looked like it has chunks in it when I was eating. Okay. What were those? Where am I? What am I eating? No one knows. But carrot ice cream could work though. I mean, it would probably taste like carrot doesn't have a strong flavor.
I wonder
So
if you'd have to do
probably
like
just tastes like vanilla.
sorbet or something though.
Yeah, probably. I always want to get one of those ice cream makers that can make like soft serve and stuff like that. You can get weird with the ice cream then. We don't have enough weird ice creams. That's all I'm saying. Get weirder ice cream. Roast beef ice cream. No. We could do like a turkey, like the jelly beans. We can do like a whole.
No.
It's like a whole turkey dinner.
Actually,
ice cream.
there is a company that makes weird ass ice cream flavors, and they have a mac and cheese one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That actually might be good.
I would eat that.
I watched a YouTube video where a dude was comparing and ranking them. So there you go.
Okay. Well, we've learned today a lot about ice cream. That's good. That's what we wanted.
Did we?
Did we? I can't. Is there a game that I can think of that I played this week? You cannot make ice cream in No Man's Sky? Is that a transition to video games? Was
A
that
very poor one,
Okay.
but
Much
I
like
guess he
carrot
did
cake
it.
ice cream, I guess. Very poor ice cream. Insult to my friends at Hershey's Ice Cream Company. Yeah. No
well, they
Man's
don't
Sky.
even put carrots in their goddamn carrot cake ice cream, so fuck 'em.
We are not getting those ad revenue dollars. Mary. We got to start thinking about these things. Come on now. Come on.
You really want to talk about No Man's Sky in 2022?
They keep putting updates out, so
I
people are playing it, I guess.
Listen, it's all right. I'm getting towards the end of my playtime with it. I am reaching that point where it's like I would have to start grinding like recipe materials and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've seen the main quest line. I understand what this game is. I have a nice base now, and I got like cool robots and stuff, and I got some people that I'm working with, some vendors and stuff like that. And, what if I just uninstall it? It's fine though. I quite enjoyed it. It's a good time for like if you just need something to put on for like a podcast game. A lot of it is just like going around to planets that are cool and picking up weird stuff. Finding cool planets and stuff. So for me, it's been fun in that respect. Finally caught up on Giant Bomb cast this week, so it's good.
what now?
I caught up on the Giant Bomb cast.
Never
Oh.
heard of it before.
So yeah, it was fine. I like it well enough. I think they've added a lot of cool stuff, and for the people that want to jump into it, it's in a good spot. It's kind of become like an MMO almost. It feels like at times. Very
I
much
can
like
see that, yeah.
Like there's like a hub zone, and you go out and you do own stuff and go back and forth and back and forth. And the story stuff is neat. They have a good, almost like 1950s kind of style stuff, so it's cool. If you want to check it out, they're in a good spot. They just added pirates, so you can go be a pirate. I
What?
haven't done that yet.
I saw something about a giant space squid or something
There's a giant
too.
space squid. Yeah, maybe. There's some kind of giant space thing.
How can you be morally gray if there's nobody else there in the world? Just
Isn't
saying.
there anyone else in the world?
Can you be a pirate if you can't pirate somebody?
So there's
Just saying.
space stations. I believe you raid space stations that are run by NPCs. I believe
Oh,
that might be
okay,
the
yeah.
pirate thing, but I haven't done the pirate stuff yet.
But aren't they aliens? They really count as people.
Wow.
Wow.
Just saying.
Wow. See, you've been watching. I was gonna make a lot of
Alien
Fox News
racist.
jokes or something like.
I've been
What's
watching Halo, the TV show.
You've been watching Halo
Oh,
the
okay.
TV
That makes
show?
sense then. They
Boy,
have to have a
Halo.
human to tell them what to do because they're too dumb.
Halo the TV show. Well, let's talk about Halo the TV show.
Yeah, what's your update? How much of that show has come out now? Is it week by week still?
6, 7 episodes.
5
Right?
episodes. We watched.
5
Okay.
episodes.
Oh wait, the 6th episode might have just came out.
Might have just came out.
So
We don't watch it. We don't keep exactly 100%. We're not bated breath waiting for a new episode, let's just say. So sometimes it may be like come out on a Monday and we might get to it on like a Friday.
Comes out on
Yeah,
Thursday.
no, it's not like, oh my god, it just dropped. Let's go, everybody.
Where are we dropping, boys? Yeah.
Yeah, no. One of my little brothers keeps trying to convince me to watch it, and I'm like, no, I don't. Everything I've heard about it sounds so bad, but he has trash taste in sci-fi, and so there
I
you
mean,
go.
I do too. You know,
I was
like
I was excited for last week's episode because I knew it had action in it. So I was kind of sad that
excited.
it took a while for me now to actually watch it because I knew it was actually gonna be good maybe because it might have been more than just shitty petty drama.
Indeed.
Um, but apparently I'm the next then the episode 6, which we have not watched yet, is out.
Mm.
I'm sure there's gonna be no action in it, so I'm sure it's gonna be boring as fuck.
A return to the standard. The action in that episode 5 was pretty good. There's a dude that gets splatted with a needler that I was like, shit, man.
Ooh,
It's pretty good.
Spoilers: a fucking grunt hijacks a warhog.
He gets
It's
in
the
there and
best.
starts trying to drive this son of it. He's like, yeah, I got it. I'm
The
a grunt.
Master Chief gets on and is like, "Can I borrow this?" and just punches that fucking grunt out of there.
It's pretty good.
that
Best
sounds
thing.
good.
It's the only good things that happen in the show in the show at all.
Honestly, it is the best thing that happened in this show is that
Out
a
of the
grunt can get into a
Like
and
that's
try
what
to
I
drive
thought
one.
the TV show would be, and that's the only time it's happened in 6 episodes, like for like 1 minute, probably 30 seconds.
First
Okay.
episode had an action scene,
Okay.
and then episode 5 had another action scene, and that's it.
So yeah,
So,
like episode 1 action scene with killing a lot of kids,
and like the only
like
good parts,
vicious killing of kids, and then episode 5.
yeah, the only good
killing
parts of the
folks.
show, watching humans get killed, and then
Mulched.
watching grunts hijack warhogs. It's the only good parts of the show.
Honestly.
I wonder if they could like edit it down into like a movie or something, like they did with
No.
the original Gundam anime and made it like kind of better. They
Honestly,
just put the good parts in there.
I mean, honestly, I feel like you could cut the one character completely from the show. So maybe you could make
He's
it
talking
cut
about
it down a bit.
Quan. So the
Quan,
first episode where Master Chief saves a human because the UNSC wants her killed, and then
she's the only one who survives a Covenant attack.
Hmm.
To kind of set that.
The
so
one
Master
that
Chief.
was in the mental hospital or whatever later. No, different one.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's
That,
a
that was
different
somebody
character.
else. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Please,
Please get the lore right on this TV
please,
show.
On this show that I haven't watched, I've only
Sahili,
heard you talk about.
Mary Sahili.
So this character Quan, she does her own separate thing away from Master Chief, and that's the only thing that's universally hated by everybody because nobody likes her or her plot line because nothing happens. But yet it's like a third of the TV show for some reason.
Indeed.
That's fine. That's one of the many reasons why people don't like this.
Mm.
One of
I
the many.
personally, I just find it funny at this point. They're spending so much time on this character that literally
So
nobody
bad.
likes. It's like it has nothing to do with Halo, the franchise, or like this TV show. But it's like she's here, fucking
Indeed.
heading this motorcycle in the middle of nowhere.
Hanging out, chatting, talking. A lot of conversation for a Halo TV show. Also, a lot of uber violence, which is really strange. It's a strange juxtaposition at
I
times
mean, the
So
games are rated M, so
for mature.
yeah,
But
the violence is cool. Again, like we said, that's the best part. It's the only good parts of the show are the violence.
he loves the violence. He's a real.
that might be why my little brother likes it too, actually.
Honestly, I mean,
But it's like there's only like 2 times it's happened so far in 5 episodes. It's like
Mm.
30 minutes out of like 3 hours. It's so insane.
it's really tough because it's like as somebody, and you mentioned like, hey, somebody who likes sci-fi or whatever. Like I used to like watch the sci-fi channel all the time, and there were a lot of crap ass shows on
Mhm.
there that were like bad. And this is like kind of like that level, but like with
Mm.
budget that's out of its like, it's too big. The budget's too big for this show.
Yeah.
The things it chooses to use the budget on don't improve the show in a lot of ways. So it like you end up in a, I don't know, a
Yeah,
weird
the
spot.
landscapes are beautiful. Like I love whenever they show like Reach or like any of the sets, any of like the UNSC Marines are they all look perfect in their armor. Like all the ships, like pretty much all the set pieces are fucking fantastic, and I love them. Unfortunately, the content of the show itself is fucking very bad and boring, and
Mm.
doesn't feel like Halo whatsoever. So yeah, the budget's nice, I guess. They do a lot of
Yeah,
money at this.
they threw a lot of money at this, and I can't imagine it's doing particularly well.
Maybe, I don't know.
But it's hard to know at streaming shows like this because they don't put out like numbers that are like,
Yeah.
it's the thing that like Netflix has kind of gotten into trouble with recently, where it's like, oh, your shows aren't actually doing that well because you cut them all after one season. So it's like, what do you end up with?
I feel like the newer streaming services are less focused on the actual like viewers
Mm-hmm.
of their shows and more just on like how many new subscriptions did we get.
Platform, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot Game Pass where it's less about individual games and more about providing a
While
quality
they're starting out
service.
at
Yeah,
least, yeah.
certainly. Yeah, I don't know. Halo is it's they've went in some directions. I think they cleaned up the story in some ways. They're good, but like at the end of the day, it's kind of a mixed bag, and you kind of end up like, eh.
Like
If Master Chief would just leave his helmet on, I mean that's all.
I I've written off the show on ever being good at all, or me ever being interested in any
Mm.
aspects of it. I'm just here for to see how fucking like comical, comically bad it is with its writing.
Indeed.
Like the only part I actually do care about is how as Master Chief, and I hate how they characterize Master Chief. I think they did the complete opposite of how he does in like video games. And I'm not here saying, oh, they need to make it like the video games, but they need to make it like I don't know something I want to care about. Yeah, Master Chief is
Mm.
like the most
Right.
unlikable character in the show. He's not
Mm.
sympathetic whatsoever. And I'm not. He's not necessarily sympathetic in the video games, but he has a reason for what he's doing. But in the TV show, he has the he has no reasons for any reason anything he does. He's just a fucking whiny ass bitch. He's just
Damn. Don't talk
just does
about
what he
John.
does what he wants, and he does what he wants, as in takes off his helmet in battles all the time, and never keeps his
Oh.
helmet on.
Just keep your helmet on, man. Like okay, episode 5 was definitely a moment where it was like, all right, now like he's in an active combat situation where he just got out of a fight and he's just tearing his helmet off immediately. It's like, man, you gotta keep your helmet on. There may be Covenant around here who could dome you. Like, come on. But I get it. I mean, if I looked
That
like
would be a fun way to end the TV show.
just
He
oh
just
da da da
like
da da.
Sopranos style. He just takes off his his helmet and you just see him crumple ragdoll around.
I get it.
Sorry.
Like Pablo Stretchbar. How do you say his name? He's a good-looking man. I get not
Yeah,
wanting to
like if
keep
I
his
was
helmet
that good
on.
looking, I wouldn't want to wear a helmet either. You know,
Mm.
I'm sure they're paying him millions. So why do you want to keep the helmet on him? Kinda-
this is his big break.
Is it? No.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's
Halo.
not like it's the Mandalorian or whatever. I bet that's what they were hoping for, but
Yeah.
no.
But
I mean,
even
yeah.
like, even Mando kept his helmet on throughout most of the first season. It's very strange. Even second season, he's like, just saying. Keep your helmet
They need to have a cute little grunt that he like takes care of or something, like a baby grunt.
Oh,
And
man.
then there you go.
No.
Baby grunty. I don't know.
He could say the sassiest things. It would be
Well,
I
you
want
just
to
call
watch
him
that
Grunt.
Halo.
That's the Halo I want. You just call him Grunt. You know, that it makes sense.
But
why
he's a
you call him
baby.
Grunt. He's a baby Grunt.
He just is basically like a minion or something.
It's true. The grunts are pretty scary in this though, so I don't know. They're like a big as a
Oh, cool.
person. It's weird. It's like shit.
They make the Covenant look scary in the one time they're in their fucking show. Like,
Supposed to be they're losing this war though, you know?
are they? We don't see it
We
other
don't
than this
see it.
one battle scene, but are they?
Mm.
The fucking jackals came out fucking with swords, just jacking people up. What's fucking hype?
Hype! It was. We
Like
were
what
with
the
it.
fuck? These jackals, they're
These
not
jackals
fucking
got
around.
swords?
Like this one jackal killed like 3 people, like doing fucking combos on these fucking UNSC Marines.
Spinning them down. It was pretty good.
It's pretty fucking hype.
I was excited about that. Why
They
don't they have?
just like
Why can't they use swords in the games? Damn.
Yeah, man.
That's all I'm saying.
fast forward through and watch the good parts or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch 20 minutes of good parts in the whole TV show.
Just watch that Marine get mulched over and over again by a needler. He just gets absolutely pulped in a way that was like, whoa. I mean, I love the needler, but that shit's dangerous.
They turn into a fine mist.
Woo!
That's fun.
It's very good.
You have to end the episode with the fucking Covenant human lady. So whole next episode is gonna be
It's
her
gonna
trying
be
to kill
bad.
Master Chief.
It's gonna be so bad, dude. I'm so ready for how. Please, God, let them do a romance subplot here. Please, God.
You know it'll happen.
Please.
We both seen them naked already, so I mean,
We've seen them both naked already.
Are they gonna show Master Chief fucking in
They
this show?
already showed him naked.
let's fucking go.
That might get people to watch.
I mean, a lot of butts in this show. If you're a butt lover, you'll love Halo.
That's so weird because I feel like there's no horny fan base for Halo.
No,
Like
no,
like
no.
why?
Wait,
are-
there's other than Cortana. But,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Cortana.
Yeah,
so,
okay, I
guess.
can kind of see that. But like even like Warframe has like a weird porno
Yeah, right.
subreddit and stuff, and I don't know. Maybe Halo does too, and I probably don't want to find it. But
What you're gonna do is you're gonna
yeah,
go
it's not
on.
like that's so weird that they're injecting so much horniness into it too at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird too. Like, we talk about the ultra violence, but it's like I never felt like Halo was that you know, like it was.
No,
There's violence in it, but it's not like Gears or something like that where you're chainsawing a dude's head
Yeah,
off. You know,
no, like when I was working at a GameStop, parent would like, oh, they bring up Halo, and I'd be like, well, are you okay with like cartoon alien violence? Like that's as bad as it
Yeah.
gets. Like Halo is even with the flood, like it's not
honestly, if
not
you
that bad or
re-rated it,
scary or anything.
like if you re-rated Halo today, like Halo 1 and 2, I think you could probably get them. They'd probably be like teen. You know, like they're
Yeah.
not a lot of blood, really. Not a lot of. Like a lot of Halo games.
I don't think they say the F word or anything.
No.
It's no.
Johnson might at one point, but it's not really bad, you know?
What did you Google?
Oh
I'm-
no,
I'm
he's
just-
looking at a subreddit that's probably not good.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I'm scrubbing through the newest episode, and
Oh,
There's some good.
okay.
There's some good stuff in it.
Okay.
There's
Well,
some
maybe
good
it's
stuff.
turning around. We'll
But
see.
not good. Not.
There's some good stuff.
There's some
Oh,
good
okay.
stuff.
I
So
don't
was
want to
I
know.
right on my prediction? Does it happen
Eh,
in this episode?
Romance subplot.
Maybe.
Romance subplot. Let's
Okay.
Maybe.
go.
You're making me want to watch this garbage show.
No,
You
don't
know?
watch it. It's not good. Like
Okay.
it's
Don't
not.
watch it,
It's
Mary.
not. It's not even bad in a fun way to watch. I don't think. I think
Mm.
it's just mostly boring.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some more laughably bad moments, but it's mostly just boring talking with some action
Okay.
every fourth episode.
And some butts. Generally, I mean that's the
I mean, yeah,
that's the show.
maybe you and Gary you can watch it together and you will have fun like poking at the dumb parts of it. But it's like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
you like trash movies. You'll be fine. If you wanted to go into this and know that it's kind of a bad sci-fi show, from like the Sci-Fi Channel, you'll be fine. Like if
I
and
you're
like
might
okay.
start on it when it's done, but I feel like I don't have much time for entertainment stuff anymore.
Mhm.
Like
yeah.
there's so much. I only just now watched that Spider-Man movie or whatever that came out like last
Oh,
Christmas.
Far From Home.
So yeah. So and I have the new Halloween movie to watch, and I don't know. There's so much I
You
need to
should watch
watch still.
Severance, Mary. I think you would enjoy.
I know everybody.
Severance.
I've had multiple people in real life
Just
saying I need to
saying,
watch it. Yeah.
you would like Severance.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, there's so many other things you could do with your time than the
Indeed,
Halo TV show. So that sucks that it's
it's a
doesn't feel
dense
like it's
market.
worth it. Yeah.
It's a dense market. Though
That's
ironically, I
why
don't
I'm
really
like,
have many
maybe
shows
they
I'm
could
watching
make a
right now.
movie, edit it down. That's why I'm like, cuz I don't have I can barely watch anime anymore. It sucks.
Eh,
So,
And it's getting good again, so
I
that
know.
sucks.
I
Demon
know.
Hole is about to come back here. Whole Sadness Hole is about to return to us in a couple weeks. Ah, Sadness Hole. Remember Sadness Hole? What a great show.
No, what is that?
Oh God. Made in the Abyss.
Oh, I
It
still haven't seen the
returns.
movies for that either.
I don't think the movies
So,
are important, are they?
Uh,
uh I think
yes, there's some. The first one's a recap, but then I
yes,
think
the
the
second
second,
one is
The second
important.
one's good. Okay.
and you obviously have to play the video games. So
Of course. And then
That
we gotta
video
play the
game looks like
games.
trash. I'm so disappointed.
yeah,
Oh well.
I feel like most anime games are trash. It's just
I
like
mean,
based
that
on
game could be
shows.
so cool if they had bothered, but
Honestly, the few that are good are usually like shonen fighting game kind of stuff. Like there's some Dragon
so
Ball ones and some Naruto
all of
ones
them.
that are good.
there are a lot of those that are garbage too, though. So
A whole trash pile. You really have to sift. It's like a needle in a haystack kind of good anime game. That's all I'm saying.
Well, one of 500 Dragon Ball Z video games are good.
you could say two, maybe. People
I
like
would
the
say two.
Budokai games, like Budokai 2 or whatever, when that was new.
There was one that was on the
3, not so
PS1
much.
that I liked a lot. It was like a fighting game, but I don't remember what the hell it was.
That game was garbage. Also.
Okay.
Whichever, there's like two of them
Whichever
that
one.
came out in English legally, and they're both bad. So
Well, speaking of the industry of anime in Japan, let's talk about Sekiro, which I started this yesterday.
yeah,
Yes, 2 days ago. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, as part of my playthrough of all the Souls-like games. Very good. Very excited about it. Yeah, that game is very different than
mm-hmm,
starts off a lot like a From game, but is a very, very different thing. Very much like Ninja Gaiden, I feel like, or something
mm-hmm,
like that.
yeah,
Much more about like, hey, sneaking. Hey, put a knife in somebody's back. Also, a lot about like, hey, you gotta. Oh, Pop Kansas is like, I'm gone. I can't be a part of this. Also, when he left, I moved up to the top, and then he.
yeah. That's weird that you switch places or
Why?
whatever.
It seems like a strange thing for Discord.
I feel like Discord didn't used to do that,
I
but
feel like
oh
it
well.
didn't either. But yeah, so like for me, it's been enjoyable to kind of see how they evolved it a bit, especially coming out of Dark Souls 2. And he's back. But
Keep fucking talking.
okay, Sorry,
Yo,
Sekiro
talk about
is
your 10-year-old game.
okay. It's very good. I like knives. I kind of got a little better. People tell me not to dodge, but it's such a hard habit to break
Mm.
after having gone through like Dark Souls 1, 2, Elden Ring. Like dodging is such a part of those games that now it's like don't dodge. You got to get in there. And it's like, "Okay, I will try. Thank you for thinking of me."
How much of Bloodborne did you play? Because that's the don't dodge is part of that game too.
I think I killed the cleric beast.
Oh, okay, so the very
Not
beginning.
very
Okay.
much, no.
You got to go back to that one too.
Yes. Oh, it's a
Maybe
plant.
by the time you finish Sekiro and Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne will be on PC or something. I'll buy it for you again.
No, you dare. Don't you dare. Still think about that you bought that game, and I'm like, I
It
should have
was
played
20
it more.
bucks, whatever.
Yeah, so I gotta get through Dark Souls 3, and I'll do
Mm.
Bloodborne at the end. And then who knows? If people
Oh,
want me to
man.
play like Neo, or that other one that people like with the robots, then I will.
Armored Core?
Armored Core. No.
No. If you're gonna play FromSoft games that are
Kingsfield.
similar,
Kingsfield. That's what the one that Pop wants me to play is Kingsfield.
I know. I don't.
You'll never watch me play that game.
Nobody
will watch me play Kingsfield. But it's
forgot
actually
the name of the games. No, I have to tell you the name
Okay,
of the
go
fucking
ahead.
game that I'm thinking of, and
That's the
I'm
cool
having
thing
to
about
look at Wikipedia.
that's the cool thing about doing this is
My
like
brain's dead.
you can see the evolution of their thought process on stuff, and it's like, oh, so this is what the experience has been like for them. What they improve on and what they don't think is important, and like going back and forth on stuff. It's cool.
The Surge, is that what you're talking about?
The
No.
Surge.
Otogi.
Otogi.
Otogi. The Otogi
I was
games.
talking about Surge. She was talking about Otogi. Okay.
That's what you gotta play. That's kind of similar. It's more like Sekiro than like Kingsfield. It's more on the action ninja kind of thing than an RPG.
There's probably other ones that are like people. Anyway,
Shadow Tower is actually
Shadow
very
Tower.
cool, and it has guns.
Mhm.
It's more like Bloodborne. So they've been iterating on their stuff, even if it seems like it's a new game. You should go back and look at their other things.
Yeah, I should.
Let's see when they make an Enchanted Arms spiritual successor. Oh boy.
No.
Have you guys played
No.
any of that game?
That game fucking sucks.
It's garbage, but it's so
Even as like
dumb.
even as like a 13-year-old, I hated that game so much.
What about
Enchanted.
but you could have like a giant slice of pizza as one of your Pokemon. It was so cool. And the voice acting? Oh, you gotta look up this game, Albie.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Enchanted
Later
Arms. You
on.
say
Yeah,
Make
just
a
have
new-
it open in a tab for later.
Make a new fucking Lost.
for later.
Make a new Lost Kingdoms. Kingdoms 2 is pretty fucking good. From what I played
That
of
did
it.
seem neat. I remember
my
how the cover looked.
God.
Was that a From Software game?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the-
okay.
The characters in this Enchanted Arms thing look like trash. Oh my god.
Yeah.
CGI, my friends.
Oh wow, yeah, From Software. Wow, I need to play this game.
It's
Huh.
fun how people forget how they made a bunch of like punishing games. Like,
Yeah,
also.
no, they totally used to make a lot more different things, but it's got
Cookies and
popular.
cream. Yeah. But then
I know that game.
yes.
Oh my god, Shadow Tower. What are
But
all
then-
these
Shadow
games?
Tower is cool. Yeah, you should. All
Honestly,
these games are worth so much money now too because of that, because of the FromSoft thing.
honestly, I think that's a cool thing about what they've done too. Is they could go back in their library here and say, let's do another Shadow Tower, and then people would be like, hell yeah, let's do another Shadow Tower. Hell
If they
yeah.
can't make a new Bloodborne because Sony owns it, I would not be super shocked if they did a new Shadow Tower. That would totally work.
It's kind of thing.
No.
Oh my god.
I mean, people would much prefer Bloodborne too. I'm not saying that, but I think when the game came out, they would be like, "Oh, this is cool."
It'd be cool to see them do like jump into like I don't know like thousand like there's like a it's kind of like Konami too where they have like such a backlog that you could just say you could make it's just like hand over fist any game you wanted to go back into the backlog for. That's
Yeah,
great.
but From Software can still make video games, so
But they only make Souls games now,
yeah,
so
that's true. Well, supposedly a new Armored Core is coming, so we will see.
we'll see.
If they announce it, people would be hype. In particular, one Austin Walker would lose his mind.
Oh, sure.
It'd be very exciting for him. But aside
It's
from
been a
that,
long time since they put out a real Armored Core game, so
2013 was the last Armor Core game.
and I feel like that was like a weird spin-off thing. It
Verdict
didn't play like
game.
the old games or something. I don't remember.
Tell me your knowledge about this classic game that I was just looking at, Nebula Echo Knight. Tell me about. No idea. No do I. First person perspective. No use of firearms in the game. Weird.
Maybe we should talk about video games we've actually played though. I
Man.
don't know.
No, though. What if we don't? So yeah, I'll be playing Sekiro this week, probably getting some of that done. In between.
Go to
Have you learned
Twitch.
how to parry? Sorry, I keep interrupting you, Bob. I'm the
I'm
worst.
trying to fucking promo Albie's Twitch channel because he's not going to do
Oh.
it. But no, whatever, fine.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Twitch.tv/down. Come check me out. I stream every once in a while. You can come hang out with me and my friends, and as they shit talk me about fucking missing Perry.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be the experience. Get ready. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited about it. I bought alcohol for this. I bought Pepsi.
That doesn't sound like a good way to play it.
I'm gonna get fucking hammered every time. Every time it's a shot until until I pass out at the computer. No.
I think you'll get banned from Twitch for doing that.
Man dies playing Sekiro.
Yeah. They have a thing against self-harm, so.
That's true.
I guess guys stream while in a hot tub, so
There you go.
it's the only other thing you do in Twitch, right?
Yeah, alcohol
I
in
thought
a
that
hot
was
tub.
over.
I'm sure
I don't
that's
know.
good.
Sorry, lazy joke. I'm sorry.
Gotta do feet, animated feet on a table, and that was one of the VTuber trends. Don't worry, I know them all.
You
I've
gotta
seen 'em all.
add VTuber in your tags, but not be a VTuber.
But then have like an overlay, like a high opacity overlay of an actual VTuber model, but nobody can see it because it's just like every once in a while you catch a glimpse of it. It's just really get
It's
weird
fucking
with it.
PNG tuber.
PNG tuber. There you go. It's just like a hand draw,
A static image, yeah.
just in a corner, and it's
It'd
barely.
be funny if it
just
was just
barely
an
rig it.
animated GIF looping of like the mouth going like that and it didn't match up at all.
Honestly, I kind of want to do that now. Anyway.
It would fit for your trash taste level or trash.
Thank you.
Sorry, my brain's dead.
Okay.
I've been looking at too much YouTube crap today.
Speaking of drinks, by the way, I got that Nitro Pepsi Vanilla.
No.
Hard poured that into a glass. That shit is fucking good. I don't know why everybody
It's
hates on it.
so sugary though.
It's so sugary, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had one and I'm fucking wired in a way that I haven't been in a while, but that
I
is
actually when I had mine, I looked at the nutrition info and it has like twice the amount of sugar and salt in that one than the regular Pepsi.
good. Yeah, but it's good. I don't know about the regular. I don't know how the regular would be, but the vanilla was like it felt like a whole thing of like vanilla ice cream on top of it.
Yeah, that one's supposedly even sugarier.
Yeah.
I bet that one extra tastes like the leftover soda from an ice cream float, even more than the regular
It's
Pepsi.
very good.
Yeah, I
Smooth.
was surprised I liked it, but I was like, I'm glad I can't easily buy these or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it would
it's
be
a
bad.
dessert. It's a dessert. for me.
Yeah.
That was my dessert for today. It's very nice.
I
I wish they
split
had
the
diet.
can.
I would do diet, you know? Like,
I
why
wonder
not
if it
diet?
would work in diet or if it would
Yeah.
just taste like terrible.
Yeah, I wonder what like the artificial sweeteners would make it go funky.
Or if it would affect the carbonation process or something, the nitrogen. I don't know.
Well, that's all I have, game wise. Let's go up to Sean.
Yeah.
What you been playing? Oh boy.
I don't know. Like I'll play a lot of things that are not interesting to talk about. I don't know. Can I talk about Fire Emblem 9, Path of Radiance again? My 50th playthrough. I'm not gonna do that. Talk
How
about
different
tearing.
is your 50th playthrough from your 49th playthrough?
So far about Ike, it's been fucking terrible with his growth so far. Like his strength is
Mm,
like on par with Marcy when she just joined, and he's like 4 levels ahead, and it's fucking Marcia, and of course he's a Pegasus Knight, so of course her strength sucks. But Ike's like matching up with her. He fucking sucks.
that's not good. Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do other than just not really rely on him. Um, my Boyd right now is fucking baller, so and it's still only hard, so it won't be game ending, but it's surprising how bad my Ike is right now.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Anyways,
man. Yeah, man. Your Ike's pretty bad right now. Yeah, man. I have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
I bet you thought this joke you thought I couldn't continue with this joke, but I did. So fuck you. Fuck you.
I understood it.
Um,
You just need to play more video games.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. I gotta get good. I tried. There was a time when I streamed some Fire Emblem, and I felt
Yeah.
like shit because I was really bad.
You were very bad, yes. Um, get that Advanced Wars collection that comes out in 10 years and play some of that.
Okay.
Um, I will mention the Genshin Impact, the seasonal event. I'm just going to mention it real quick because the event was you helping set up Comiket. Comiket. That's
Mm.
pretty much the whole thing. That was the whole event. Like helping you finding these guests who help make light novels, and that was the whole event. And it was fucking silly. And I was like, this is fun.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah, that
good.
sounds kind of neat.
That's
I
really
love.
weird for Genshin, but I love it.
They're very recently. They've been leading one bunch of otaku shit, and it's like this is
Mm.
cool. Like sure. Might as well. I'm having fun.
Can't wait for Genshin Impact to become like Fortnite and start like putting characters in it from like other
They
things.
did do that.
Alloy, right? Yeah, from.
Yeah.
See,
Isn't there another
there's a
guest
reason I re-downloaded
character?
that. I
Or
forgot
am
about.
I
Alloy's the currently the only guest character so far.
okay?
Can't wait for them to get Goku and
They
Rick
had a
from Rick and Morty. I don't know.
they had a KFC promotion, but it was very hard to get the items for, so everybody was mad about it.
Could you get the Colonel though as a character?
Yes, you can play as Captain Colonel and Genshin
Captain
Impact.
Colonel
Captain.
seems a little strange militarily in the rankings. They're like a colonel and a captain. That seems.
He's not a real colonel, but he's a real captain.
Oh, I see. His name is Colonel,
He's a
but he's the cap.
self-proclaimed colonel.
It's not even his real name. His real name was Chuck. It's just everyone calls him Colonel, but he is a captain.
Nearing my end of my Legend of Heroes Cold Steel 4 playthrough. It's been taking like a
Mm.
year. By year I mean like 3 months, but I'm at the last dungeon, so it's gonna be like 6 more hours. But I'm getting there.
Okay.
Uh, I'll sorry, I'm continuing this bit where I should stop. The game I will talk about is Archville. It's on Game Pass. It's have you heard of this game before? Archville?
Archvale.
Mm-mm.
Archvale?
I'm looking.
So I'm sure you haven't. It's a roguelike, top down pixel art style. It's a
Oh,
roguelike, one of those types. It's the combat's more like a bullet hell because there's so many projectiles, so of that vein sort of. But the most interesting thing to talk about with this game is how much I like it, even though there's literally nothing new about it. It's a very typical art roguelike, but I still managed to actually so I beat this game. Like I beat a game with Game Pass. That's surprise. It's weird, huh? So like yeah, it's like I don't know. It's just interesting thing about it is like it's nothing new about it. It's very similar roguelike, but I still had a very good time with it. And just it's interesting how for me like roguelikes cannot bring anything new to it, but I can still thoroughly enjoy them. And just it's neat how I don't know. It's just neat. It's because I literally don't know what else to talk about with this game. It's cool. Like you pretty much just go to biome after you defeat a
huh.
boss. Um, you get collected. Coolest thing probably is the weapon system, whereas there's a ton of weapons and you can upgrade your older ones when you find certain materials, and they're all fairly different, and so it's very neat with that. But
It looks like Enter the Gungeon to a certain extent. Like
yeah,
just in the way
it's
it is. It's
Yeah.
really neat. Yeah, I might check this out. I
The
like Enter the
pixel
Gungeon
art
a lot.
reminds me of like a GBA RPG or something, though. Like it has a handheld pixel art kind of style, as opposed to like, I don't know, trying to look like an old Super Nintendo game or
Yeah.
something.
yeah, and so I don't have much to talk about it. Other than I'm proud that because I'm trying to I have like over 100 games
Oh,
installed with Game Pass, so I'm trying to like get things uninstalled. But I don't want to just
me
uninstall
too.
games until I
Yeah.
try them out. So I've been trying to go like sort my games out alphabetically and just start down the list and keep playing until I don't want to stop playing them. But it turns out my first game I actually started playing was this game, and then I spent 12 hours playing it till I beat it because I wasn't expecting to actually like it that much, but then I thoroughly enjoyed it a lot. So,
Cool.
That makes
uh,
sense. Archvale starts with A, so there you go.
yeah. Um. So, and I guess I'll talk about this. So turns out it's very easy to hack a 3DS nowadays. So I hacked my 3DS.
Oh,
Um,
oh.
I haven't used it in years. Yeah,
Bunch of
Yeah.
my
criminal.
You just got to download that Pokemon Picross and you're ready to go.
yep, my yeah. So my OG 3DS XL, it's like probably close to 10 years old by now. So it's pretty weared out. The battery's not great,
Mm.
and the B button, I had to press it very hard for it to register. And I haven't really played it since WarioWare Gold came out. So I watched a video that talked about hacking a 3DS, so I decided to give it a war. Oh, it's twirl. So yeah, it was surprisingly easy. It was kind of fun doing all the steps. And yeah, I playing a bunch of DS and 3DS games. Obviously, I the first game I played on it was the game, probably the DS game that I played the most as a kid. Tiger Woods PGA Tour. It's still fucking great. Like it's probably one of my favorite Tiger Woods games because I like to use because you have to obviously use a stylist
Mm.
for the golf swing, and I can never get it perfect. So since I can never get it perfect, there's always a challenge to every golf swing still. So and I actually love the putting in that game. So it's a lot of fun. I started playing, but play the DES Advance Wars Dual Strike. That's I never got I was never a huge fan of the Advance Wars games, but I'm having a lot of fun playing that. And I installed Mario Golf. So pretty much thing I learned is that the only thing I pretty much play portably are golf games and strategy games. So played a lot of Mario Golf World Tour. Um, and it's been fun. It's other than my old DS only has a 4 gigabyte SD card. I've been trying to get my 128 gigabyte card on there, but it's a fucking hassle because obviously since it's a 3DS, it needs to be in FAT32. But unless it's when the SD card is over 32 gigs, there's no easy way to get it to FAT32. So it's a whole hassle. I'm just probably just not gonna not worry about it. Um, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun on emulation. Like I can't get GBA emulation to work very well, so I'm just gonna not worry about emulation and just stick to DS and 3DS games. So probably not gonna use it that much anyways, because I have no
Yeah.
real purpose. But it's mostly just been fun and just it's like one of the and obviously I want to get a new theme one year, and
Ooh.
I'll show you guys my hot theme. Um,
Oh
my
no.
my girl Lind. I
I don't
just
think
what do you
that's an
guys
official theme.
what? I got it off the store. This
Yeah.
So it's fun. Like one of the apps I installed was the theme store. And of course, literally every single theme, and when sort by popular, and literally every single theme is a big titty anime girl. So
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
what can you do?
I mean, what do you expect? You know, I mean, of course. Of
So
course.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Again, this has mostly been a educational, and
Sure.
not to just because my 3DS is pretty worn down. So, but it's been a lot of fun hacking
Cool.
my 3DS and telling Nintendo to fuck off. Not
I
gonna
need to
buy you
get back
games.
to. Yeah, no. Well,
I
not
thought
on the 3DS. Come
not like I
on.
can anymore. And
Nintendo.
so
Yeah, they're shutting off the stores, so you may as well.
Right, I heard
Like,
about that.
whatever.
Right.
I need to get back to Shadow of Valencia on because I actually own that game. But yeah, now that I have this hacked 2DS XL, I need to actually use it. I don't know.
I wanted to get a hack a 2DS XL when they came out. But because now I can't, because if you try looking
Yeah.
for a 3DS, they're impossible to get under like $500. So
Yeah, luckily I was paying attention to a Wario 64 tweet when they had them refurbished up and it was a nightmare that I talked about on here, but I was able to get one, so there you go.
Nice.
Are you going to try any like I don't know, are there any import games you think you're going to try now that you can? Cuz the
um
3DS was region locked. So,
the predecessor to Elite Beat Agents, that game, I want to play that.
mhm. A
I don't
Mm.
Wendon.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah, I wanna play that, and I don't and yeah, I wanna keep looking for games. I downloaded a bunch of DS ROMs, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna check the yeah, I've been checking lists for the best DS games, so yeah, I wanna keep
Yeah,
exploring.
Wendon 1 and 2 are both really fun and yeah, I recommend them. They're good.
Cool. 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 Elite PH. I haven't heard that name in years. Cool. I'm glad you both are going to be sailing the high seas soon
I
for.
mean, what am I not? Whatever.
All right. Let's go.
Says says the guy what who watch all his movies when on illegal sites.
What? That's so crazy. Mary, how you been? Tell me,
uh
what games? What's up with Mary? What's the games Mary has been
I
playing?
haven't played as much as I would like to because there's been a lot of annoying life crap lately, including getting the flu and my kid getting the flu. She got it first, I got it after her. And now she has a crazy fucking rash. It's probably just related to the flu somehow or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. But she's going to the doctor again tomorrow, so whoopee. But yeah, I stopped playing Elden Ring for a little bit because I
Fair.
realized I was definitely like burning myself out finally. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting close to the end, but I noticed I was kind of just like rushing through areas and not
Yeah.
actually exploring anymore. So I was like, let me take a break.
It's the way
Y'all
I was
are,
at the end too. Once you reach
yeah,
that point of like, all right, let's just get this done. Yeah.
I
I
think I
kind of
just
wish I
need a
didn't.
break. Um, So you guys have been talking nonstop about Tunic, so I started playing
Yeah.
that. Um, and it's interesting. I thought I would like it more than I actually do, though. Um, the main gimmick is that you kind of don't know what you're doing. You
Yep.
know that it's like a Zelda-ish like combat, like Dark Souls kind of game.
Mm.
Um, and the main gimmick is that there's no like well there's a tiny bit of English, but a lot of it is just some kind of made up rune language, and as you're going
Simlish, if you.
I guess I don't know, tunish.
Yeah.
As you go through the game, you can tell there are like these things and you're like, okay, I don't know the mechanic of how to do this. And the way you actually learn the mechanic is by picking up these power-ups that are, I guess you guys have already talked about it, but whatever. They're just pages of instruction manual, and as you get the instruction manual, you kind of understand more what you're doing. And I thought I would be into that because as a kid, like I would play import games
Right.
and not know what,
To do.
yeah, it's like not in English, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. But then I also realized, yeah, they're not in English, but they usually do come with an instruction manual, so you can at least kind of look through it.
Mhm.
So now, whenever I see a mechanic pop up and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, but I guess I will later when I find this instruction booklet note, and it just kind of irritates me
Right. I can see
more
that.
than like, oh, I got this new note and I found out if you hold A for 3 seconds, it'll do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would much rather know that right from the beginning than like trying to gate my progress this way. Like, I understand they have to gate your progress, but it feels kind of arbitrary and bullshitty to be like, the gate, you can technically do this and the game will tell you, "Oh, here's how you actually do this." And it just kind of makes me mad every time I get
Yeah, I
a
can see
piece
that.
of information. I don't know why. Um but I'm enjoying it so far. Like I have one of the Triforce kind of pieces already,
Mhm.
and I can get at least one of them very easily. I just have to beat another boss. I beat the librarian on top of
Right.
like the monastery or
That was a
whatever.
fun fight. I thought that was a fun fight when I did that.
Eh,
Yeah.
that's another thing too. Like a lot of it is just like, okay, I'm gonna zap my magic wand a whole bunch because you're flying around
True.
everywhere, and I dodge your big attack, your big telegraphed attack, and it's just, I don't know. The
He was the
combat is
hardest
not.
boss. It's not very. I don't think it's meant to be challenging. He was definitely the hardest boss, just because you have to use those
Well, it's not
wand or what.
even really challenging. It's just I don't really like Zelda gimmick boss fights, and that's what these kind of all are.
What?
Um, so I don't know. I think it's just not my style, even
I
though
get that.
I think like the level design is really good and the art design is neat and the music is good and the presentation, everything is great, but it's just I don't like the way the game progresses. Um, Even the way it plays is fine, but I just I don't like the way you do stuff. It feels I like Elden Ring because even though things are vague, like I feel like I know what's going on kind of, and
Right.
I can get a grasp of situations. And this one, it's like, no, 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 you're not allowed to know until you find this thing. It feels
Hmm.
like to me, and I don't know.
No, I totally. I yeah, I can get that. Yeah. I mean,
It's
there
dumb, but
there was a point where after I got the third piece of the stuff where it was like I kind of did feel lost in that same way and kind of got frustrated with it. And at that point, I just said, "Well, I'm basically either gonna uninstall this game or
look at a
just look up a
walkthrough.
guide and just
Yeah.
get through this." You know. So like, I totally get that
Yeah, it
experience.
feels almost like it's kind of padded out by you having to
Not
stumble
understanding stuff
around.
and stumbling
Yeah.
around. Yeah. But at the
Yeah,
same time, like I don't think it's the worst thing that you have to look up something. You know, like wiki
Yeah.
games exist. For me, it was like once I did that and kind of understood stuff, I got a lot more out of the game at that point. But that's just me. Go ahead, Pop.
yeah,
Shoot.
I fell off the game hard for the same reasons pretty much. Like I thought it was so infuriating like seeing all these things that I know are meant for the grappling hook part,
Mhm.
but I still don't know where to find it at all.
Hmm.
And I feel like the whole time I was bumbling around trying to find the next secret that will advance the progress. And it's obviously cool when I do find something, but I just a lot of time I just felt like I don't know what I'm doing. So and most of the time I was doing this combat, which I don't particularly love. So and yeah, so surprised how of the overwhelmingly positive response that game got. Like I think that obviously the game looks great and I love the
Mhm.
presentation,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I don't think all the mechanics are there. So
I think
uh,
it's definitely one of those games, and we've talked about this before, where I don't particularly outside of Breath of the Wild like Zelda games very much generally, and
Mm.
so
boo.
And
I
like,
mean, I'm kind of the same. I only really like Link's Awakening. It's
I
just
don't like
because I played it when I was a kid.
3D Zelda games, but Link
okay,
Between Worlds is fantastic. But
but like,
I need to play that one now
and,
that I'm
yeah,
looking at my DS.
yeah.
and there was like, I don't know, their reaction to kind of like Elden Ring stuff of like people kind of trying to compare it with Breath of the Wild or whatever, and kind of having a weird back and forth on it. And like, I don't know, I think you can reach a point with some of these games where it's, you like it or you don't like it. Like, I don't know, it's like some stuff
Wait,
hits you, some stuff doesn't.
what are you
Yeah,
trying to
like
say?
I'm
Sorry.
saying,
no, go ahead.
I don't know what I'm
We're
saying.
interrupty
You
today.
got
We're
interrupted, and now
excited because we
I
haven't
lost my
recorded
train
in
of
a
thought.
while.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm interrupting Albie's bullshit. I don't know what he's trying to get at.
I lost the train of thought now, and I'm lost in a forest, much like I'm lost in tuna. I don't know. Maybe me saying like I used a guide at some point says to you like, I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't the kind of game for me where I kind of at some point wanted to know.
Yeah, I feel like it was fine at the beginning, but yeah, at a certain point I got sick of its shit basically. Yeah. Like I can tell it's a good game or whatever,
Yeah, right.
but
There's
And
some
I want
qualities.
to, and I want to finish it because people talk up like the ending and like all the surprises. So
mm,
I want to see all the surprises and like see what's crazy shit that happens at the end or whatever. But I'm not sure if I want to get there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to do all the effort to get there. Maybe.
The ending is really good. I mean, it's a very different ending for that kind of game, um, especially if you do the actual good ending. It's like it's really different for that kind of game. But at the same time, it's like, and I would say if you really wanted to see it and you were like, I got it's on the Game Pass. I'm sitting here as Pop. You were going through your
yeah, that's how
games
I'm playing
library
it.
at some point. I just like fucking. If I want to get through this, I'm gonna pop a guide up and get this sucker done in a couple
I
hours.
think that's exactly what my feeling on it is though. Like the moment to moment it's okay, but progression just feels bad. It doesn't
Yeah, there's something there,
it's not
right?
satisfying like the way other video games are just because the knowledge drops feel kind of arbitrary. I don't know why. And I love the way the instruction booklet like is presented. Like
Like,
all of the
Yeah.
artwork and everything
amazing. Yeah,
is
great
great,
idea.
but I don't know why it frustrates me so much.
Like the whole time I'm reading the instruction thing, I'm thinking, do later on does it turn into English so I actually know what it means? Like, I get the vague what it vaguely means because the pictures, but it's like the whole time I'm just thinking like, am I supposed to like actually understand it later on or I don't know.
Do words get unlocked? Yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
had that
I
sense even well
Yeah.
into the end of that game where I was like, am I just missing like a page that unlocks a bunch of words or something like that? So I'm like, but you never get those words open.
And
It's just the way it
sometimes,
is.
like, I picked up an instruction booklet page where it's obviously like half of a diagram, like it shows half a
Right.
controller, and I'm like, it just pisses me off and irritates me that I
Right.
don't have the other half. Like, it doesn't motivate me, it just makes me angry. I don't know.
No, that's
Like, I'm
fair.
too
Yeah.
impatient, I guess, but
Think that's a
yeah,
valid critique, certainly, of like that idea. Is it a bad idea to do something like that? No, but
I don't think
it
so,
certainly
but
is one of those things where it's like an artistic choice, where you can think about it two ways, right? You could
and
think about
having
it
to
as positive
balance
or
that,
negative,
I'm sure was a nightmare, and maybe that's why it took forever for this game
right?
to come out, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why exactly the doling out of knowledge just makes me angrier.
it was because you go in thinking it's gonna be like a Zelda like, but it's like the progression is nothing like Zelda. Because
Yeah,
That's
in
true.
Zelda,
Yeah.
your progression advances once you beat a dungeon, but it's not really like that in Tunic. I don't
Mhm.
think.
and that's where I think it's like maybe that gives you a false sense of the reaction to it, because often
Yeah.
video game stuff is like, oh wow, this amazing presentation of this instruction booklet and the graphics and the sound design and stuff like that. We never really get to that point where it's like, I don't know, in game discussions where it's like, is this like a critique wise a good way to show this stuff? Is there a negative downside to like I don't know, showing it, trying to be kind of obtuse with your instructions and stuff like that. Like,
Well, people talk about that a lot, but it's usually different games, I
true,
guess I would
yeah,
say. Yeah.
mhm, yeah. I don't know. I think it can
I
view
want to
both
beat
ways.
it, I guess, but just
Me too.
so, like you said, I can uninstall it or whatever and get to
Mm-hmm.
another Game Pass game, which
I've, uh, I have 132 right now installed, so I was going to beat it and get back to 131.
I gotta
And
be a part of the conversation for Game of the Year or whatever.
There you
And
go.
so I can be
Yeah.
like, no, you guys are wrong. And this game sucks because of this or whatever.
I don't know. The ending is very good. I will say. Like,
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll
from like
change my mind. I don't know. Right
artistic side of
now.
it,
But
an emotional ending. Let's just say in a way that it's like, huh, that hit me. Right at the end, I was like, huh, okay,
okay,
I
okay,
different.
also
Hits me, and I went
I'm
like,
not
okay.
I'm not normally this kind of person, but I also kind of wonder if maybe the game was shorter, like this wouldn't bug me as
right,
much.
right.
Um, I don't know.
And some of that shortness too is a result of kind of floundering your way at times, right? Not
Yeah, it feels a lot of the time like I'm not progressing, I guess.
and I
And
think you could
that bothered me at the beginning of Elden Ring too. So,
and you could say that maybe it's a result of Game Pass to a certain extent, having that impact of like, I got to get through this game because, well, there's like a cascade of great games every week, and you feel like there's that pressure to get through it when it's maybe there isn't that actual pressure, you
kind
know?
of I kind of have gotten over that just because I know I'm not going to have enough time to play a lot of games anyway, but
I've definitely reached that point too.
yeah.
I just
But
give it
yeah,
up. Now. I mostly just play old games nowadays.
Okay, go off.
I'm thinking about it. There's a translated game that I want to play that just recently got translated
is it is
called
it is it that one that's like Twin Peaks that I continue to want to play on stream?
No, no,
Okay.
it's called Yumimi Mix. It's a Sega Saturn game
Mm.
and it's like a comic visual novel. It's almost like a shoujo comic or
Ooh.
something.
Speaking
Yumimi
of
Mix. That's
games
the
we were
name.
talking about,
Sorry.
like translated games, Not Words is a game that you recommended me the other day, Mary.
Yeah, that's
That's a
fun.
fun game. Yeah, a good little
Yeah.
puzzler kind of thing. Kind of like Wordle, but you kind of like type in. It kind of gives you like a little, like it's a square box, and there's like 4 letters that go in this box, and you have to try to spell kind of like it's like kind of a mix between that and like a crossword where you're trying to spell long words, but you only get
Or like
letters in certain
Sudoku,
boxes.
where you're
Sudoku.
given letters that have to fit in these specific positions,
Very
but
cool.
they have to form words also as well. And yeah, it doesn't feel like there's the bullshit of Wordle where you're like one letter off and you're just having to
Right.
guess or whatever. So I do
Word.
appreciate
I
that on
lost it.
Not
I
Words.
lost interest in Wordle. Hot take. Hot take.
Yeah, me too. I stopped playing like a month ago.
Yep,
I thought people stopped playing like 3 months ago.
it's probably true.
Probably most people, but
Yeah.
it's on the phone. I can do it
It's
easily.
also on a
So
website. I feel like Not Words because it's an
yeah.
app is maybe a little less. But if they made a Not Words but like a just a website you go to,
Well,
I
there's a
think it'd be
version of it
killer.
on Steam also as
All
well
right.
that you
Mm-hmm.
can get, but yeah, it's not super easy and free like Wordle is. Well, for now.
For
We'll
now.
see. New York Times, but
Yeah, I'm trying to get. For some reason, I want to get into like GBA RPGs. For some reason,
Uh-huh.
Summon Night Swordcraft Story. That's hot gem right there. It's a very
mhm.
good video game. That's all I gotta say. That's all
I've
I'm gonna say.
never heard of that game, but I
So,
respect your
Oh,
opinion.
it was a very popular series. Like, well, maybe not popular with nerds, I guess I would say. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like none of the mainline games got
Yeah.
translated to like the fourth one or something.
Yeah.
I I think a lot of
Eh,
like those kind of JRPGs for me are also like horror games where it's like I hear about these great games and I'm like I've never heard of this game before in my entire life, and it's just sitting out there. It's crazy. It's like I heard about what was it, Evil Within 2, and now I still haven't gotten through that game, but like
Mm.
I hear about it and I'm like that sounds fucking great. Like a weird Matrix, but the Matrix is like haunted. It's like all right,
You know what's gonna be nice
let's
when we're
do
all
it
super old and retired and we can just play video games all
all
day.
day. Isn't that nice?
Hopefully our brains will work well enough still by then. But
Man, let's hope. Just plug me
yeah.
into Matrix though. At that point, let me just play games all the time. That's
And
all I
I've
want.
been playing Princess Connect and Idol
Okay.
Master, like 3 different versions of Idol Master all the time, constantly. So I won't talk about that because it's boring. But the
Hmm.
next limited SSRs in Idol Master Cinderella Girls, they
Oh,
put out silhouettes for them on Twitter.
Ooh.
They're
damn! Go ahead.
maids. They're
Wait, what?
maids.
They're
Yeah.
made.
Sign
Yeah.
me
So
up.
I'm saving all my gems for that.
That's
Coming
haunted.
soon, maids.
That's a haunted Matrix if I've ever seen one.
You know what
But
one of the maids actually is too? A cat girl maid. There you go.
I was
I
hoping
will.
you would say Dragon Maid.
I
That
was
was
hoping
Aw.
for Dragon Maid
I
too.
still haven't watched that new season of that either, but it's probably for the best.
yeah.
Spy X Family is a great anime. Just want to say.
I
Just want
do
to
want
put
to
that
see
out
that one.
there.
It's
I
pretty
saw
good.
that article on Anime News Network about all the designer chairs on the manga covers, and I was like, "This is now I want to watch this show because it has the chair from Frasier in
It's
it
got the
or whatever."
what? Okay, now there's the title. Someone write that down in our Discord channel. It's got the
No,
chair from Frasier as the title of this podcast. Can't believe it.
but
Great
yeah.
stuff.
Um, Other than that, Rogue Legacy 2 came out as
Oh.
1.0 this week. And I remember when they first showed Rogue Legacy 2 in early access, I was like, I don't want to play this game. This looks like crap. There's nothing in it. And now there's things in it. And they've added so many RPG mechanics. I have only played it for like 2 hours, maybe. So I don't know if I can really go in depth on it, which not like I ever do, whatever. But it's I find it much more satisfying than the first game because of the added RPG mechanics. Like I am way more into it. My runs last longer. Maybe it's just because I suck at Rogue Legacy 1. Like I felt it was a little hard maybe, but this is like a full on Metroidvania
Ah.
roguelike now. Roguelite, I guess I should say. So I am enjoying it a
Cool.
lot. I'm enjoying it much more than the first game. So
Should.
if you like RPG mechanics, like they added equipment, they added all of these relics and runes that bonuses that you can get, along with the traits. Um,
Well, those were in the first game, so now you're unselling me again. So
Oh, really? Maybe I
Wow.
didn't get that far in the first game. But like they had the character traits and I knew about that,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
but yeah, there's a great interview with one of the developers of Rogue Legacy 2 um on Silicon Era that I will link in our chat. But it reading that interview was great. Like he talks about all of the different thought that went into the trait system. Like the
Huh.
first game was basically all just like genetic disabilities almost kind of,
Huh.
and how they went away from that idea without totally discarding it in the second game was really interesting, and just rethinking how a lot of the mechanics in that game would present. It was a really interesting interview. Like the people that made this game know what they're doing is what I came away with after reading that. But yeah, I don't know. It's better than I thought it would be, I guess. But like I said, I've barely. It seems like instead of Rogue Legacy 1, where when you beat it, you're done, this is more like an infinite, like actually like a game of Rogue should
Huh.
be kind of thing where you
Cool.
can keep playing it forever. So I appreciate that part of the sequel.
That's neat.
So it's
Cool.
like more
hmm
like Dead Cells, I guess. I don't know.
I didn't play Dead Cells, so
I
Gary
didn't like
did. I didn't. I don't know.
I didn't like
like
Dead Cell.
like Rogue Legacy wasn't one of my favorites at all.
Mm-hmm.
I usually stay
Me
away from the
neither,
more that
really.
I try to stay away from more action based ones, like roguelikes, I guess. Like yeah, obviously Rogue Legacy like was like one of the first first popular one, so I can't fault it too much for being kind of shallow, but I didn't love it that much. So I might so I'm interested to see because it took them like what 20 years to make the second one, so hopefully they add a bunch of new stuff in. So
When did the first game come out? Now I'm curious because I want to say it was
what?
like 2007 or something.
No, 2009. Ah,
Yeah, that might be right. Yeah, 7 was like when that was not much longer after the 360, so
yeah, that was like Braid.
let's see. 2013. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow. It's much later than I thought.
It's still 10 years, almost 10 years ago. So
Yeah, no. Exactly. That's a long time.
yeah, Jesus.
Indeed.
Um,
I think 2013 we might have when did we start this podcast? I don't know. Around there. And I wasn't a founding member, so I don't know.
Oh my God! You want me to tell you when we started this podcast?
Yeah, I'm curious now.
when did you and Bob go? We should make a podcast
Oh
together.
God.
Oh fuck, dude! Why you gotta bring that up?
I hope he's doing well. I wish him well.
I
Uh,
wish him well as
Yeah.
well. You
I hope
know,
he's I won't be mean.
don't be mean, Mary. Come on. Let's see here. Oh, well, it's certainly probably like 2015, something like that.
Okay, the website has the first game posted or first uh podcast posted 2015, but I think the website came later, so
Yeah, the website did come later. Who knows? We were old as fuck. I don't know. I was in fucking college when we started this podcast. I'm getting old. Shit, we're still doing this podcast? Damn, we're getting old.
I mean barely. We can
Barely.
barely get
Wow.
to.
Wow.
I know, whatever.
We're having fun. I don't know. I
I'm
enjoy
glad that we
it.
still get to. So
Yeah.
thank
ho-
you. Yeah.
hopefully DJ is okay. Did he say anything yet?
No,
Oh,
he's
okay.
he's gone.
He might
He's
be
probably playing
asleep.
Warzone. He's probably playing Warzone. That's fine.
Yeah, he says.
Well, news. Let's wrap up with news then, folks.
Oh, I was gonna say, and
Okay, go ahead.
if there's another podcast next week, we'll probably talk about Bug Snacks since it's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, bug snacks.
Mm,
So I'm probably gonna play at least some of that. So
I kind of want to wait until the expansion is out now.
that's true. But
What?
Because
Oh,
apparently it doesn't. I don't know. Seems like it's in the way it integrates into the game. You might want to wait. I don't know.
what's a bug? What's gave me a bug snack? What's a bug snack? Give me one of the bug snacks.
I
the
don't know their names, but there's the hamburger with the fry
hamburger one,
legs. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the iconic. That's their Pikachu. Except I know Pikachu's name, so maybe not.
Except it looks more tastier than Pikachu.
And the little strawberry guys, those are cute. I don't remember what they were called either, but
Yeah, I'm trying to look them up. Hold on.
I
Strawberry. Strawberry.
didn't want to make this into a topic. I'm sorry. I just wanted to do a
A weenie
teaser.
worm. A
okay.
weenie.
Okay.
Maybe I'll play something on my 3DS or 2DS or whatever too, because that sounds fun. I could play
Raspberry.
that sitting on a couch while Leona is watching Mimi.
Mimi.
That's how she asks for Minnie Mouse. She's like, Mimi, Mimi, Mimi.
Oh.
It's cute.
Frider. A frider.
Oh, yeah, because it's like a
That's a
fry
fry
spider. Yeah,
spider.
okay. That's cute.
It's cute. So news. We haven't had news in a while.
I
Wrap
have
up
a bunch of
Yeah.
articles. You want me to start wrapping stuff off?
Okay, what you got?
Probably the biggest thing is
I'm scared.
Yeah.
What's he gonna hit with?
which one? Which obviously the future raids. No.
Oh, the movie. Yeah, we'll see.
Probably the biggest thing is the revelation that Yuki Naka sued Square Enix because of
Yeah.
That's
Bowden
true.
Wonderland.
Yeah.
Apparently he got taken off the project 6 months before release which allowed Square Enix to just rush the game out, so they couldn't finish it properly.
This
What
is what he
he
says on his
what
Twitter. Yeah, this is his side of the story.
Yeah, he had a big long Twitter thread that somebody translated, and it's buck wild. And I haven't been keeping too close attention. Do you know more, Mary?
Yeah, basically he talks about how the producer was taking over a lot of the roles that he thought he should do as the director, and he didn't work well with the team he was set up with. Like, apparently a whole bunch of people from his team banded together and told
Kicked him
Square
out.
Enix, like, no, he needs to go, including HR, which is impressive. He even
Yo,
says that too. Yeah,
yo,
so
real talk.
I
If you
don't know.
if your
He
whole team
also
and HR kicking you off a project, man, it ain't the project and it ain't the people. It's you. You gotta get out. If everybody wants you out, it's tough. But I'm just saying.
and also it seems he was upset on advertisement for the game that they went with a YouTuber doing a piano rendition of one of the songs instead of the original
Right.
soundtrack, and he felt like that took away from the composer of the game, saying like, hey, that's not fair, this is misrepresentation of what the game, like, this isn't as good as true as the music in the actual game. This doesn't seem right. He also brought up an anecdote about how he wanted to have another 6 months, and he says in the original Sonic game, um, they hadn't added the being able to keep your life as long as you have one ring until like 2 weeks before the game came out, before the game went gold or whatever. And but it's also interesting that if you read a bunch of Yuji Naka like interviews, he likes to take credit for a lot of things that he may necessarily not have actually done himself. Um,
Uh huh.
like, he totally disregards, like, one of the main other people that worked on Sonic. I forget his name right now, but he was, like, a key role in working the Sonic games, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, uh, he was holding Sega back, like, he works on some other game now." Like, somebody was asking him about him, it's like, "He didn't really do anything," and just he does not seem like, the nicest person to work with from what I've
No.
read around the internet, but who knows? It's the internet. I don't know.
I
It's
mean, you never
gossip.
know, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's always hard with these kind of situations. You never really know, but there are worrying signs that it may be Mr. Naka.
And
Yeah.
oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I mean I was gonna say no. He just sounds super egotistical. He's egotistical. I don't know.
It seems that way from
It seems.
interviews with him, but
Yeah.
it also he is upset that like the game was not up to his standards. Like,
Yeah.
would they have been able to fix that in 6 months? Probably not, and I'm sure Square Enix saw that and was like, forget it. This is another trash
Ship it.
pile. We they have a bad job. They're not doing great with like outside
Right.
development.
Mm-hmm.
They need to, I think, either be more, it sounds like they need to be more meddlesome, honestly.
Right.
It sounds like they were just like, okay, here's your milestones, here's budget, get it done or whatever, instead of like actually, I don't know though. But from like Babylon's Fall and Balan, and there are other games.
Quiet man or whatever that's
All
There
called.
right.
was like that fucking Left Alive game that had like a bunch
Yeah.
of the Metal Gear people on it, and that was terrible. So yeah, they have an issue with like outside development that they published. It's not, they're not a great publisher. They may be an okay developer, but definitely not a publisher.
I mean, they've
Yeah.
definitely been having even internally. Like one news story I'm looking at here is about how Final Fantasy 16 has been struggling with some
Yeah,
issues
well,
in its development.
15 and 13, like all of the Final Fantasy games have had pretty crazy, terrible development. And like 15, they promised a bunch of DLCs that never came out. And
No.
yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know.
And
Making
14
video games
sort of
is hard.
isolated itself, right? Like 14 has sort of made its own little spot in the market,
Sure.
and
And
inside the company.
I
Right.
think that kind of speaks to like maybe Square Enix doesn't like the top people need to maybe interfere more. Like 14, they know what they're doing, so they're fine. But when they don't know, when a problem happens, it seems like Square Enix is not great at helping with
Right.
problems.
They sometimes
Yeah.
make it worse, probably. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It makes me a little scared of Forsaken.
Right.
Forsaken.
Yeah. No, I wonder what that's going to be like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it recently got delayed too, didn't it? Yeah.
What if we put some NFTs in it, though? How do we feel about that?
Yeah, it seems like the top people at Square spend more time trying to get dumb financial investment by talking about stupid bullshit instead of trying to make their
Making great
games
games.
better. Yeah.
It's
So
tough.
that's disappointing.
It's tough.
But
Why
yeah,
do they?
oh,
Sorry,
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say to wrap up the
Yoink.
Yuji Naka thing. He all of these tweets he was posting. He had a picture like outside of some municipal court, and he didn't say like how they ruled or anything like that. Who knows like what exactly is happening with this lawsuit? Because he's the only one that's saying anything about it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's resolved now or what.
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. At the end of the day, this 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 comes off like both sides kind of look terrible. Like,
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
yes, and like I can't blame Square Enix like for what they probably did, where they saw that this game is not going to make them money, so they
I'm
want to just
sure.
get it out as fast as possible.
Right.
But then like I can't blame him from you Anaka for wanting to like obviously put out the best product that he could, but then knowing what we know of the game, would it still be good if he did that? There's probably some easy fixes like putting like the contents of the book into the game itself. Like that's probably would have
Yeah.
helped. But
Or using more than one button, maybe. But that
maybe.
was part of the design, so I don't know.
So exactly. So we don't know. So I don't know. Like it's kind of weird that this got out, but that's probably speaks to like what type of band he is that he would actually want to put this out in public, which is something most Japanese people don't do.
And I
So
think he realized that this game ruined a lot of his reputation
yeah,
too. Like
Absolutely.
nobody talked about Yuji Naka sucking after Billy Hatcher, even though they probably should have. But
They probably should have.
yeah,
after anything he made after Sonic, so
yeah,
Honestly.
really.
fucking Knights.
Which he may not. I mean, he was a programmer on Sonic, but I
I mean,
don't know.
I think, yeah, I mean, he's definitely like in that spot, like in Japanese companies where they give you the corner office or whatever. Like the spot where you're like, here's this office, you just stay here and we'll give you some kind of work to do, right? Like, I
Well,
don't know what they call it,
they
but.
did that to the other Sonic guy, and that's why he quit Sega apparently
Oh.
and started working somewhere else. It's very interesting. Yeah,
The
if
Mighty
you're
Number Nine
interested, there's some
guy?
interesting discussion about. No, that's Inafune is
No.
what you're
Inafune,
thinking
thank you.
of.
There's so many. Okay. There's a lot of Japanese names. Okay, I'm sorry. A lot of the people that made that kind of era of like 2D platformers have a really complicated background on them, so that's easy to mix them up. That's my own defense. I feel bad. I apologize to both of them. Everybody, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Who was this other guy's name? I feel terrible that I can't remember it being like somebody. Naoto Oshima.
No, yeah, that's
Oshima, I
right,
think,
right, right.
is his name that
Man,
he
he
treated like crap later on. Yeah, he started working on Blinks the Time Sweeper and stuff. Like
yikes.
he left second.
Links the time super. All right, well that's cool. Yeah,
I think
I
that's
mean,
who that was. I don't know. I'm terrible. I might be totally wrong.
can we also
Whatever.
just take a moment to say Battle Wonderworld, really bad game. I mean, awfully
Yeah.
bad. I mean,
Like people say it's really bad, but I'm always seeing people like play the game. Like, so I don't know. Like, is it really that bad? I don't know.
you want to play a little
Like,
Balan
I don't
Wonderworld together?
know. I want to play it, but I
You
already
know
seen
what?
like
I think part of the problem is it should have been named Balan Wonderland because that's what everybody wants to call it anyway.
It's true. Well, I mean, Dead Man
It
Wonderland
works
is a
better.
great anime manga. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Well, it ends with and I don't know. It works better. Whatever.
Just a couple more news stories I'll wrap up and then we can wrap up. Just what's Activision Blizzard is loses 600 million monthly active users in the past year.
Whoa.
That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of people. That's a lot of
600 million?
No, sorry, 60.
Okay,
Still a
I was
lot.
about to
Still a lot. I saw 600
many
million. I'm
people?
sorry. That's 60 million is still a very big number.
That is a big number.
So yeah, they lost 60 million. That includes
Wait, that's
uh,
Activision Blizzard altogether?
Activision Blizzard. So that includes Call of Duty,
Yeah, okay.
World of
That
Warcraft, probably
Overwatch,
Overwatch,
yeah.
probably Diablo,
Diablo.
Warzone. I would assume would be included. You can kind of include that with Call of Duty.
yeah. Where are you
Well,
getting
I
this number
mean,
from?
I will post
I read
GameSpot.
I think I read 50 million from Warzone or something like that. So maybe that's what you're talking about.
oh, monthly active users. Okay, that kind of
Month.
makes sense because have you guys played any Blizzard Activision games this past month?
I played 4 games of Overwatch
Okay.
like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I played a little Warzone today because people it has a Godzilla.
And I know that
Thing.
Overwatch 2 beta,
Not received well, may I
yeah.
say.
Oh,
Over,
this was I guess this was for March though, not for April. So,
yeah. But yeah, that would have been. I mean, that would have been what I played in April some Overwatch, but I haven't played Overwatch. I stopped playing Overwatch probably midway last year, and I haven't played it for months. So
hey guys, you know what game came out in March?
No.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Maybe that had
Uh,
something to do with it. Maybe. Maybe people weren't playing their other games. Not saying that like an action RPG is the same people that would play Call of Duty or whatever, but I don't know.
I mean, certainly Warhammer
Probably didn't help.
3, Total War Warhammer 3 has talked about like, hey, we saw a massive dip when Elden Ring came out, so like, kind of would make sense for them, but I would less probably so for Call of Duty stuff. So I don't know. But they did get approved, though. Activision Blizzard was approved for the merger. The stockholders approved the proposed Microsoft transaction. So
Okay.
it
So we
goes,
just
it's
have
going
to
ahead.
wait for the government to say it's
Give
okay
its
now
final
too.
releases, and then no longer does Activision Blizzard exist. It is all Microsoft. So yeah. And that's about it, really. That's all I kind of had. Was I just wanted
I
to
know
touch
that's
on
the
that.
story you want to bring up. Like,
Okay. I just wanted to bring it up.
the May movie got delayed to next year. That that movie's gonna be bad.
What movie?
The Mario, Super Mario
Oh,
Brothers.
yes, that also happened. Yeah, and they have shown exactly nothing of that movie. So I'm guessing they showed it to Nintendo, like some preview thing, and they're like, "No, this sucks."
What have you
Like,
done?
this is
Oh my god! What have you done? He doesn't sound like Mario. Is he doing an
I wonder,
Italian accent?
like, I
Oh
feel
my!
like the Minions movie have some, like, there's farts, and I wonder if there was just some, like, rude humor that, like,
Just
they
Mario
did not like. I don't know. I
farting in the
don't
first
know.
10 seconds. Just the most like almost insulting Mario impression you could do. Like really borderline. Like
I just wonder what exactly that movie is. Like, it's probably going to be CG. Like, but what is it? Like,
what if it
does it
isn't
have a live
CG?
action intro and then they go
What if
into
it?
the video game or
What if it
what? Like,
isn't though? What if it's just Chris Pratt dressed up
I don't think
with a
so because
mustache?
no.
If
I
only.
don't
If
No.
if we could only be so lucky to see Chris Pratt live action in like a red jumpsuit, ready to
Maybe that's how
go
he'll
at it.
show up for like the red carpet premiere in Mario cosplay. That might actually get
Jeez.
people to like him more.
Honestly, I would like him a lot more if he did that, but he won't. So yeah. Any other news
Sorry,
stories
you
you
made
have,
us talk
Sean?
about the Mario movie. I blame you,
Yeah, I
Sean.
blame you, Sean. Come on now.
Sorry, it was very important news. No, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really see. I mean, there's some rumors out there about Ubisoft maybe looking for a purchaser. They're doing some cleanup work on their books, auditing some of the departments, which is usually a first step towards, hey, somebody's making an offer on us, and they've been in kind of a weird financial situation. So
You know what would be funny if Microsoft bought Ubisoft?
you want to condense the entire market into like a insane degree where it's like, wow, there's nothing that they don't own. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but they
But that,
were that's weird though because they were fighting off the takeover for so long. I remember us talking about that on the podcast and
uh,
it was like one of his brothers or something that ran Vivendi or something too. I remember it
mhm.
was some weird like extra drama filled thing. Maybe I'm totally misremembering this, but I feel like
So Guillermo, what's his name? Guillermo?
no, it's not
Guillermo?
Guillermo del Toro.
It's not Guillermo del Toro. Give me his name if you could, somebody. Head of his son has stepped away from video games, and
Yves
so
Guillemot.
Yves Guillemot's son, yeah, stepped away. I think in light of some stuff that came out about him, but I'm not completely sure. But he stepped away from the industry, so the last person will be Eve. He will be the last of the family line that owns Ubisoft. So yeah, you're kind of in a weird situation right now where it's like, well, his son has stepped away from the company, uh, won't be back, is done with Ubisoft. So now it's like, well, I guess might as well sell it, right? Get out while the getting's good. So I don't.
Wonder if there's like more stuff that will come out soon or something. And because
I
I
would
don't
not be
know, like
surprised. You know,
the
there's
stuff
some
with
serious problems.
Activision before the acquiring. I don't know.
I mean, very similar situations too, right? If you think about
Yes.
Ubisoft having had
No,
a lot
it's
of, um, very nasty workplace stuff, right before their acquisition too.
wow. Just even looking at the Wikipedia article for Yves Guillemot, he has been criticized as a central figure in the ongoing Ubisoft workplace sexual misconduct scandal. Although not personally implicated in the misconduct, internal communications revealed that he was aware of and tolerated it for years.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, as long as these managers' results exceeds their toxicity level. So as long as they make them money, he doesn't care.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
And you
Wow.
can see why they're struggling right now with, I mean, production wise and hiring. They're certainly one of the companies. There's a lot of them in video games right now that have had these kind of workplace things and are also really struggling to hire on new talent,
Mhm.
which has not been the case for a long time in video games because it's like, well, we burn through new employees so quickly and they exit the entire industry. We just get new, fresh kids coming out of college to join the
And the only
company.
people that stick around are the assholes, apparently. It
Indeed.
sounds like, yeah. And if they were rewarded, it's like,
Uh,
well, if their games sell, I don't care. Like
hmm,
that's messed up. Yeah, as long as that it as long as they're not so
uh,
detrimental to affect the bottom line, that's messed up.
So yeah, you've heard certainly about, and they've kind of wanted to sell to a European company, so they wouldn't probably sell to Microsoft, but they could sell to, what's that place that keeps buying every company in the world?
Oh, Embracer Group?
Embracer Group, yes, seems like would be the front runner right now. Sony has had talks too, I guess, at some point. So
Mm.
there you go, final news story.
That would be a good get for Sony, I
That would
have
be a
to
great
say.
get for
Like,
Sony.
they want the AAA, and Ubisoft is pretty good at doing that
Hmm.
on a year-to-year basis. So,
Hmm.
well,
And they
they
have
had
a
been,
lot of
maybe not
talent,
so
a
much
lot of,
anymore.
and then Sony is, I mean, is a at least more competent overhead. And getting rid of Eve would be a very big positive, I think, for that whole situation. So, thank you very much, everybody, you guys, for joining us. That's been the news segment. Thank you, guys. We'll let you go, everybody. Moms are Baghdad. This has been the 1st of May, May Day. Happy May Day to everybody out there. Wish you well. See ya. Adios. We'll let you go. Goodbye. I have nothing else. Mary, did you want to show off your shirt? Or was that the
Kind of.
Go ahead.
Nobody's looking at this, and it won't play on the actual podcast, but
Woo! Junji
look at my
Ito.
cool shirt, but not really. Whoa.
I'm just wearing my Star Wars shirt that I like to wear. I don't got any cool stuff. Cool.
I like that we're all wearing black, though.
It is a black day.
Goth.
The Goth Podcast. Thank you for watching the Goth Podcast. I've been Howie, the host. That's been Mary.
Gothcast.
That's been Sean. Have a good week, everybody. Adios. Enjoy video games. Go get some bug snacks. Go eat a fryer. Maybe do you eat the bug snacks? Nobody knows.
No, you totally do. And then you get pieces of their body as your body. It's cool.
She says it's cool, but is it?
It's cool.